Welcome back, I'm Ryan from Blue Water Gaming, and we are back here in Dark Souls 3. We are going to finish up the 100% playthrough. As you can see, this is not that long of a video, or at least I hope it won't be, because we're just doing the Kiln of the First Flame. There's very few things that I actually have to do for this. First thing is I actually finally got my character up to level 120. Technically, you can still... I went up to 123, but technically you can still stay at 120 by changing one of the rings to being the Karthus Milk Ring. Because I'm 3 levels over 120, if you use the Milk Ring, you can keep your dexterity at 37. The Milk Ring will put it up to 40. But essentially, the basic stats for this is, you can do this with almost any starting class, but you just want Vigor, Endurance, Strength, and Dexterity up to 40 each. And I have my Intelligence and Faith up to 10, so I can use the Karthus Flame Arc. And then I don't believe that I put another point anywhere. But I do need to change one thing. I was, to get from where I was at the end of last video to this video, I had to farm... something like almost 2 million souls. So I just used the Silver Serpent Ring, which I will be changing out to something. I don't really know what yet, but I'll change that out to something. And then the Shield of One. The way that I did it to make it not as boring as going through the not as boring as doing the Dragonkin Mausoleum section. For the one character over and over and over again, where you can get 4,000 souls each. What I opted to do is, starting from the Grand Archives bonfire, you just put your sign down, and around this level, if you're between, I would say, level 90 and 120, you will just get picked up, like, it didn't even take 5 seconds, and I would get picked up again. And running through the Grand Archives with the Shield of Want and the Silver Serpent Ring, I would be able to get about 200,000 to 250,000 souls by going through the entirety of it, just killing the last 3 enemies that I was having a problem with when I went through it. The guy wearing the Ferrum armor set, the guy with the dual katanas, and then the sorcerer. Each of those guys give 15,000 souls. So yeah, you can do a lot in that. Now, coming to this actual video, things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be summoning this girl down here, Yuria, for the fight. Because if we summon her for the fight and she survives through the fight, we can come back here afterwards, and her black armor set, which is what she's wearing, and her weapon called Dark Drift will be there, and we can use it. Now, another thing that I have is, I might have mentioned this in the last video, but I never got the Symbol of Avarice from any of the mimics. Apparently, if you kill all 13 of them and you go back to where the final one was in Londor Castle, then well, it's Lothric Castle, not Londor Castle. But if you go back to there from the Dragon Slayer armor, you just jump off to the side where the second dragon was, and you should be able to find it down there. Then the final thing that I have to do before we actually go to the Kiln of the First Flame is I need to check my inventory. Okay, so I'm doing the Usurp the Flame ending, and to get this ending, you have to go through the whole storyline of Yuria and Yol, and you have to have married Henri, and I put married in quotation marks because you kind of just shoved a sword in her face. Then you also have to have drawn out strength from Yol 5 times, and so you get 5 of these dark sigils from drawing out your strength 5 times, and then you get the 3 from marrying Henri. If you have the total of 8 like I have, then you can just work with the flame like what I have. Then that means that since I have 8, I am locked out of the Link the First Flame ending. So beware of that. Okay, so now that we've covered all that stuff, I can now put all of these items that you get from the Lords of Cinders. And that is... I hope that that's just like leaves or something and not like worms or some weird shit. Okay, so... there we have Prince Lothric. I forget who's over there. Then Ludlith. Then we have the Abyss Watchers. And then Yorm the Giant. How am I forgetting who that is? Who the hell does... whose is this throne over here? Let's see. Saint Aldrich. Okay. See, that doesn't strike me as Aldrich. Okay. I was thinking it was the that it was the Deacons of the Deep, but yep. Then, like I said before, the last one is Yorm here. Which, boom, there we go. And then the fire should Link. We should get a cutscene or something. They're all up there. Oh, yep, she does the thing. Yep.
The 5 lords sit their 5 thrones. All thanks to thee, most worthy of lords. Ashen One, with the lords as thy witness, bend thy knee afore the bonfire's coiled sword, and let the lord's embers acknowledge thee as their true heir, a true lord, fit to link the fire.
Okay, now, still throughout this entire playthrough, don't heal the Dark Sigil, and still don't up to this point as well. We can do that after we defeat the Soul of Cinder.
Noble lords of Cinder, the fire fades. And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir. Let him grant death to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
Okay, so here we are in Kiln of the First Flame. This is the third version of Firelink Shrine. Now, there's a whole theory going around about how the three different ones are it in three different time periods, or that one of them is fake, and that the one that we go to as the hub world is kind of the yeah, the one that we go to the hub world is kind of the oh, what's the way to put it? It's kind of like the Hunter's Dream in Bloodborne. It's the fake one. And pretty much the general consensus is that this is the real one, and this is what the world turned into due to some sort of corruption and whatnot. And surprisingly, I thought that you were able to see the arena from here, but I guess not. So let's just proceed to the first flame. Now, while we're just summoning in here, there's something that I didn't even really know until a little bit ago, and that was that this is actually like a really big PvP zone. Just fighting up on this little path up to the first flame, well, to the boss here. And I'm right in one of the prime PvP zones, so that's the Londor Paleshade. Nope. You can summon several people from across the journey, but the only one that I really care about is Uria. There we go, Uria. I am gonna be summoning more people just because, but yeah, Uria is the guarantee one. Yeah, they really messed up the world. Okay, so there's Uria. I'll just get somebody else, and then Dried Fingers as well, because might as well get two human players. Okay, so this person's summoning in. I think we actually did get our 2 extra people. I think that this sign right here is... Nope, unable to summon. Oh hey, look at that. You two can fight. I'm just gonna summon somebody and then enter the boss room. Come on. If it takes, if he kills the Red Phantom, then I'll just go down there and summon the Pale Shade. Just because I don't want this video to be too terribly long. And the Red Phantom is dead. Alright, so as soon as this other guy spawns in. Okay. So now we got Uria, the 2 summons. We're ready for this. I believe that was Sacred Oath. I wish that this dude's sword has as much versatility as it does in this fight. Also, something to note is what looks like rocks in here actually isn't rocks. It's all of this stuff is wood. And a lot of people don't really take the time to look at that, but that's apparently a little known thing. Oh, come on, Uriah. Don't fucking die on me. Damn, that dude with the... Oh, what is it, Wrath of Gods? Is he gonna get his... Yep, he gets his whole health back. So now we're on to section 2. Oh yeah, this is when Gwen's theme starts playing. I kind of wish that they would just play Gwen's theme for this. Yeah, and then this fight ends up being like exactly like Gwen's. I don't know if you can parry this guy though, because that really took away from the Gwen fight. Oh, Wrath of God didn't help him there. Do I have my... Yep, I have my thing on. He might be dead. Nope, just close to it. Something that I kind of wish that they would have done better is they didn't do the soundtrack very good from what I've heard. I've heard some of the songs that you get from the official soundtrack, and it's actually just like pieces of the songs. Like, none of the songs are more than 3 minutes long, when all the actual compositions of the pieces are like around 5 minutes or so, if not more. Okay, so there we go. Now, I actually have access to 2 endings here. If I were to summon this chickie right here, that is the Firekeeper. If you summon her, then you can trigger the In the Flame ending, but I will not be summoning her. I will usurp the flame, or at least attempt to usurp the flame. So there we go, that was Usurping the Flame. Now I'm going to let the credits roll as I always do. When we finish with these credits, I will go and collect Uria's items that she drops at Firelink Shrine because we had her for the fight. But I'm not going to talk for the rest of this video, so remember, I'm Ryan from Bluer Gaming. The next couple of videos are actually going to be PvP videos with the character that you just saw, and I'll see you guys in the next one.